Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the new topic called as the development of solid surfaces. In the previous class we have discussed about the sections of solids. Okay, that is why should we study the section of solids, the different types of section plane, how it's going to cut the solid and how to get the true shape of the cut section. All those things we have discussed. In the today class we are going to the next topic, development of solid surface, which is very important topic for the subject point of view. So if you want to get pass in engineering graphics, this topic is a very important topic which will help you to get more marks or to get pass. This topic will be very useful. The first of all, what is meant by development of solid surface? Let us take a regular solid like a prism, a square prism, and just cut through an edge and open it on a plane surface. Then the profile obtained is called as the development of the solid surface. Again I am repeating, consider a regular solid like a square prism or pentagonal prism, whatever it is. Cut through the one of the longer edges and open it on a flat surface. Then the profile obtained is called as the development of the surface. So we have already made the solids, okay, all various different types of solids, prism, pyramid and all those things already have made. How did you make all these solids? By drawing the diagram. Already I have given the diagram. By drawing the diagram, and after draw the diagram we cut the outer surface and then we fold it, then it will become a regular solid like a prism or pyramid. So the development of solid surface is mainly useful for the sheet metal works, which in the industrial area. In the sheet metal work, the development of solid surface will be very useful. Before manufacturing the actual component, they will do all the diagram, all the markings in the sheet. Then the sheet will be folded according to the requirement. Finally we will get the actual component of a machine component or some equipments. Now let us consider a cube. Let us take an example of a cube. A cube may consist of 6 squares. So if I am asking you to make a cube, okay, of a size, say for example 40 or 50, then what you will do? If I am saying that ask you to make the solid, what you will do? You will cut 6 squares, okay, you will draw 6 squares, 40 by 40, 6 square. Then afterwards what you will do? You will join all the 6 squares by using gum or paste. You will join and you will make a solid. It will look like a cube, okay. But if you look at the strength of the solid and if you look at the finishing of the solid, it will be very poor in nature, because it is having a lot of cuts and lot of joints, so that the total strength of the solid will be less. So that what I am going to do is, instead of cutting 6 squares, I am going to make draw a 4 square like this, and the top I am going to draw 1 square and bottom I am going to draw 1 square. That's all. Now I am going to cut through the outer surface. I am going to cut through the outer surface and then I will fold it to the 1, 2, 3, 4, so that this side and this side will join and top and bottom can be joined. So now look at how many edges I have joined. Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I am going to join 14 edges by using gum or paste or by sellotape. The same thing I can make by drawing 6 squares like this. Square like this. So now look at how many edges I am having here now. I have to cut 24 sides. I have to get 24 sides. then all the square has to be joined together. Let us join these two. This come here, this will come here, this will come here, then top and bottom. So if you look at the strength of the solid by means of this way and this way, you can easily understand the strength of the solid will be good when you made the cube like this. And the time, the material and cost, all those things will be minimized here. Okay. Whereas here, if you cut 24 side, there will be a number of, if the number of sides is high increase, then the wastage will be more, the material waste, time waste, then cost. To join 24 side, you need a gum more. Therefore, the cost wise it will be higher. Therefore, in order to minimize all those things, we will use this concept. This is called as the development of the solid surface. So this is nothing but what if I draw a diagram, this is the cube, simple portion of the cube. Then afterwards, cut through one point, then cut through one edge and open it and flatten it over a plane surface. This is called as the development of solid surface. Okay. To solve the development of solid surface problem, there are two methods are there. One is called as the parallel line method. Parallel line method. Second one, radial arc method. Radial arc method. For parallel line method is used to solve the prism and cylinder, where the radial arc method is used to draw the development of pyramid and cone. So if I want to draw the development of prism and cylinder or cylinder, then I will use a method called as the parallel line method. If I want to draw the development of pyramid or cone, I will use the radial arc method, or sometimes it may be called as a radial arc line method, radial line method, also called as the radial line method. Now, I am going to explain you first method, that is called as the parallel line method. And I am going to draw the development of a pentagonal prism. I am going to draw the development of a pentagonal prism. As you know, as the name indicates, pentagon prism, it will consist of five lateral faces and two pentagon base, top and bottom. So if I am going to open a prism or if I am going to open a cylinder, the profile what I am going to get will be in the shape of a rectangle. So if I am going to open a prism or cylinder, then the development obtained will be in the shape of a rectangle. Whereas if I open a pyramid and cone, then the development shape will be in the form of triangle. Okay. So first let us consider. I am going to draw a development of a pentagonal prism. So according to the given condition of the problem, first you have to draw the simple portion of the prism. Okay. So for example, I am going to consider a pentagonal prism resting on HP with one of the base edges parallel to VP. So first I have to draw the simple portion. So this is the simple question of a pentagonal prism resting on HP such that one of the base edge is parallel to VP. Parallel to VP. So give the names. One, two, three, four, five top corners, A, B, C, D, E, bottom corners. The corresponding front view will be 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash will be in bracket, 5 dash will be in bracket, because the edges 4 and 5 will not be visible when you are looking from here. When looking from the front, I can able to see the corner 1, 2, 3. I cannot see the 4, 4 and 5. Similarly, the bottom, it is like this. So the first step is we have to draw the simple portion correctly according to the given conditions and given size. The size may be different. Say for example 20 or 30, height will be 60 or 70. That will be different in your problem. So I have completed my simple question. Now I have to draw the development. Now what is the concept? From through 1A, I am going to cut through 1A and I am going to open the prism. As the pentagonal prism consists of how many faces? 5 faces. If I open the prism, then I can able to see 5 rectangles. Okay, you may ask, what is the length of the total development? Suppose if I am saying that this is the base edge is 30 and height is 70. and 70. So if I am going to open through 1A, if I am going to open it, then I will get 5 rectangles of size 70 by 30. Therefore, the total length, if you look at this, that is 5 into 30. 5 into 30, that is equal to 150 mm. 5 into 30, 150 mm. Therefore, the length of the development surface will be 150 mm. The height will be remain same, that is 70. Height will be remain same as height of the axis, that is 70 means 70. So what I have to do is, first just draw a line parallel to the outer edge, that is for 3C, draw a line and mark it as 1 capital A. Look at this symbol, what I am going to use, I am mentioning it as a capital A because the development what I am going to get is called as the true shape, true length. Therefore, I have to give the original name 1 and capital A. So now what is the height? Its height is nothing but 70 axis height. Now already I know total length of the development will be 5 into 30, 150. Therefore, take one campus 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The naming should be A, B, C, D, E, and then again I will get A. Why I am getting again 1 and 1 A? Because I am going to cut through the edge 1 dash A dash. I am going to cut through this edge and I am going to open it. Therefore, the 1 will come 2 times and A will come 2 times. A, B, C, D, E. Then again A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and again 1. So this is the development of the lateral surface of the prism. Lateral surface of the prism. If I want to draw the complete development, then I have to include the base also. Then at any place you can draw a pentagon. Like this. That's all. So this is the development of a pentagonal prism. Development of the pentagonal prism. So again, I'm just recall it. So first I am going to draw this. Suppose in a problem, if it is asked to draw the development of a pentagonal prism, first you have to draw the simple portion of the solid according to the given condition. That is, the base edge is parallel to VP or perpendicular to VP or inclined VP. According to that, you have to draw the simple portion. Most of the case, 100% for development of solid surface, the solid will be rest on HP in simple position. Therefore, you need not worry about the tilting of the axis, that is whether the axis is inclined or not. Most of the time, 100% it will be resting on HP. So complete the simple position with a proper dimension. So for this case, I am taking the base edge is 30 and axis is 70. Since it is a pentagonal prism, if I am going to open the prism, the length of the development will be 5 times of the base edge. 5 into 30, that is equal to 150 mm. 150 mm. Therefore, if I look at this length of the development, this will be 150. The length of the development will be 150, and the corresponding edges will be 30. And height remain, already we know the height is 70. You need not show it here. Because already we have marked it here. Therefore, you need not mark it here. Just for the understanding purpose, I am telling you. You need not show this one. Okay. Any doubts? Okay. Now, if I am going to draw a development of a prism, and the prism is cut by a cutting plane. Now let us, for example, let us assume a cutting plane is passing through the midpoint of the axis like this. Say it may be angle maybe 30 or 40, whatever it is, and it is passing through midpoint like this. Now I have to draw the development of the lower portion of the lateral surface. I have to draw the development of the lower portion of the lateral surface. So first complete the simple portion, mark the cutting plane, then I am going to remove this portion and I am going to open the remaining portion of the bottom. Okay, remaining portion of the bottom lower portion of the lateral surface. I am going to get it. Okay, so come first to draw the simple portion, then draw the cutting plane like this. Give the naming. For example, you may give any name. Let us, for my convenience, I am going to give P dash. Then second point is Q dash. Then through 3 R dash. Then begin 4 S dash and T dash. I have marked the cutting plane like this, and I have marked the cutting points P, Q, R, S and T. So now I have to transfer all these 5 points to my development. Okay, I have to transfer all these points to my development. Then what are the method is called as the parallel line method. So already when I start my development, I draw the line 1A which is parallel to the one of the longer edge, that is 3C parallel. I made a line, then I have developed the solid. Now I am going to cut the solid using a cutting plane like this. Now I have to transfer all the P, Q, R, S, T to the development. So if I want to transfer the point P dash to the development, first look at the P dash where it is cutting, that is in between 1 and A. So the P dash is a point, it is a point where the cutting plane passing through the edge 1 dash A dash, cutting through the 1 dash A dash. Q means in between 2 and B. R means in between 3 and C. So what I have to do is, from P dash draw a line parallel to your XY line. From P dash draw a line parallel to XY line. From Q dash draw a line. From R through all the cutting points, just draw a parallel line, very thin line, and you extend up to end 1A. Okay. So now what I am going to do, I have drawn number of parallel lines. Through P dash, Q dash, R dash, S dash and T dash, and I have extended up to 1A. Now, first I am going to mark the point P dash in the development. That is the P dash from the point P dash, there is a line is going and it is cutting through 1A. Therefore, in between 1 and A, mark the point capital P. Now the point must be marked as a capital P. From P dash, draw a horizontal line which will go and cut through 1A. And this point is also will come here also. Therefore, this is my another point P. Then to mark the point Q, where from it is cutting in between 2 and B. Therefore, from Q dash go up to 2B. Therefore, this is my point Q. Where is point R? In between 3 and C. From R dash go, this is my point capital R. Where is point S? In between 4 and D. So this is my S. Where is point T? In between 5 and E. Capital T. Then again, what is the last point? P. Automatically it will be there. Now join all those points P, Q, R, S, T and P. Join by using scales. P, Q, R, S, T and P. So from P, Q, R, S, T. From here the T point will be the T and P. Then that's all. So hatch the lower portion like this. Small So this is my development of a pentagonal prism after cutting by an inclined cutting plane, and I have developed the lower portion of the prism. So look at in the problem whether it is asked to draw the lower portion of lateral surface or simply lower portion. If they are asking lower portion, then you have to draw the pentagon also, the base you have to draw. If it is not asked, that is if they are asking only draw the development of the lower portion, lateral surface of the lower portion alone. Lateral surface of the lower portion mean, then you need not show the pentagon here. We can stop with this portion. If they are asking in totally draw the development of the lower portion mean, then we have to include the bottom base also. So this is the way to solve the development of a prism by using a parallel line method. Parallel line method. Now, the same concept can be used for a cylinder. The same concept can be used for a cylinder. The only difference will be here. What is the length I am having? 5 into side. That is 5 into 30, 150. Suppose if it is the diameter of the circle is 30, so diameter of the cylinder is 30, then what should be the length? How will you define the 5 into 30 or 6 into 30? How will you define it? You cannot define because there is no proper edges in the cylinder. Therefore, what you have to do? That length of the development of a cylinder will be equal to pi d. So diameter of the cylinder will be given. So using this multiplied by pi, then you will know the circumference of the cylinder, circumference of the base circle. That is your length of the development. So if I am leave it.